Good afternoon, everybody. Hi. You need to get your speaking voices ready for today. I don't know if you need your cheering voices, but we're going to go ahead and get started. Feel free to keep eating. There's going to be probably leftovers. And I don't know about our Meridian folks if they ordered you leftovers, but we may have them here in Pocatello. So welcome, students, to our Research and Creative Work Symposium. This lunch is for you to learn about today. It is no pressure. There's no judges in here. There's only event staff and moderators and people who are helping put on the event. Same in Meridian, though there might be some judges eating lunch with you there, but still no judgment. The scores don't start until you start presenting your presentations. So I'm Dr. Tracy Collum. I'm the interim dean of the graduate school. We are excited to help collaborate on this event. We have worked with a research symposium for the last 10 years for graduate students only. And then we have had our undergraduate research symposium held from the Office of Research. And then in conjunction with that, the KDHS Division of Kasiska Division of Health Sciences has held their own health science research symposium. So this is the first year that we are collaborating and combining all of these symposiums into one big giant event. So it's bigger and better than it ever has been before. So we're really excited to have and host all of you here. All right, yes, thank you. So this lunch is very low-key for you. We can answer questions at the end as well, but we have some information to help you feel more prepared about what you're getting into. Please note, not all the presenters are here for lunch. Some are coming right for their time to present, so don't stress if a friend of yours isn't here. Maybe they have a class presentation or getting out of class later, or maybe they don't want our lunch. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so first we're going to get started with a couple of polls. So this is when I need your rapt attention, all right? We'll see how this works, because yesterday it was a little wonky, and it is still wonky. All right. I would love anybody who's in our rooms to raise your hand if you are an undergraduate student. Welcome. All right. And then graduate students. Great. Some of you are going to be old hats at this if you've done our research symposiums before. So we're going to do a few other things. How many of you, grad, undergrad, everybody together, are first generation college students? Okay, quite a few. Yes. How many veterans do we have in here? All right, got a couple. And then, how many past presenters? If you participated in the undergrad, the graduate, KDHS, any type of presentation research symposium here at ISU. All right, so some of you have some experience. That's great. Few more. How many of you are here today to do oral presentations? Okay. And posters? I'm gonna move this around a little bit. Great. Now, if you're in Pocatello for posters and you walked around and you said, I don't see mine, graduate posters don't start till 3. Undergraduate posters are up first. So that might be why, if you're a grad student, you can't find yours. We only have so many TVs and so much room in this ballroom as well. And who's doing Creative Works? Yay! Creative Works is going to be down the hallway in the Wood River Room, and I'm going to tell you how you can all stop by there too. Oh, hey Carissa, can you get me a scavenger hunt card from the front? Thanks. All right. How many of you are first timers? We did past presenters. How many of you are first timers at a symposium event at ISU? Well, welcome. This will be such a great experience for you. Okay, so with all of these items, this also says on my screen, poll time ribbons. Many of you already got some, but you may have others that you want to get. So we treat this as a conference-style symposium. If you were going to your discipline conference or some other type of conference, you might have ribbons on your lanyard, on your name tag, And so all of these are ribbon options to add. You can put as many as you want, as many that fit you. Just know somebody might come and ask you a question about why you chose ISU, why did you go to college, your first time here, or how'd you think today went, because it's your first time presenting. So those might bring questions, just so you know. But add your ribbons. They're all up front by the swag table, so if you didn't get them, make sure you get them. And then we want you to know that this is your conference. This is for the students. This is not for the faculty. It's not for the staff. It is for you as students to have an opportunity to develop your presentation skills, to develop your 2-minute speech skills, which is really important when you're meeting someone for the first time and it's kind of an elevator speech with your poster session. But we also want you to learn about what others are doing to be able to collaborate and have interdisciplinary conversations. So we want you to treat this as your conference. This is your professional development opportunity. And guess what? You didn't have to pay to come to it, right? Right, free, right? And we're feeding you. So since it is your conference, I have some tips for you that I've taken from the book, A Minute to Think by Juliet Funt. And there's a few things in her book that is, and now I can't think of one of the items I wanted to tell you about, but 2 of them. We over-tweak a presentation because we want it to be excellent. How many of you spent so much time tweaking and over-tweaking your presentations? I know more than like 5. I know like 90% of you here, 90% of you in Meridian. We've got some Zoom participants. You spend all that time. Guess what? You're done. Whatever you've done, it's there, it's here. Be ready. Just own it at this point. Okay? No more tweaking. Do not stay on your laptop tweaking your presentation, JD. Okay, but you've practiced enough, I bet. I know. Also, we impulsively grab the next to-do item on our list because we feel we should always be active. This is a day to take a break. This is your afternoon to be in the moment, to leave your notifications alone. Yes, friends might be texting you. You might be sharing social media pictures about your day. Do that. But don't worry about checking your email. Live in your conference moment so you can enjoy it and take it all in and really grasp what it means to be at a conference with other like-minded individuals. Ask questions of your peer presenters. That might sound scary, but if you don't understand what they're talking about, feel free to ask. And don't take offense if somebody asks, because maybe they're just curious about what you're talking about and what your research is on. Kind of a pro tip with this, don't ask super hard questions of your peers. They're not going to like you for it. Let the judges and the faculty do that. You don't have to take it completely easy, but don't ask super hard ones, right? You like that tip, don't you? Yes. Ask questions of the faculty that are present. There are going to be faculty here who are going to ask you and be watching you, but you might know their discipline is related to some part of your research. Maybe ask them some questions about how you can do more, how you can improve on what you're doing, maybe what your next steps could be. If you're an undergraduate student and you're interested in graduate school, maybe you ask them about some tips on how you can take this to a bigger level. Or is this conference ready for my discipline? Do you know what I can do with this next? And like I said, just be present, live in the moment, live that you're here. You have the whole afternoon. You have a million things going on all the time. You're probably very multifunctional, always multitasking because you're students. Let some of that go for a few hours and just be here with us, okay? How many of you think you can do that? It's really hard, I know, but how many think you can? I need more hands than that. Okay. I will be going around, and if you're like scrolling on your phone, I'm gonna ask, like, what are you scrolling about? What are you doing? Are you posting about the presentation? Yeah, that's right. You can scroll to tell people to get over here. That's exactly right. That's the right answer. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the schedule. Oral presentations for graduate students are up first. So if you are not doing anything at 1 o'clock, feel free to go to a graduate's presentation room. They're all in the program. We have plenty of paper programs up front and upstairs, but there's also digital programs if you prefer. They're super long because you know what? There are over 140 presentations today. Super excited about the number of students and groups and partners that are presenting. So it's really long because your abstracts are all in there. And we limited the number of words you could use so we could try to fit you in the program, right? So graduate presentations are going to happen at 1 o'clock in these rooms. And also at 1 o'clock, undergraduate, PharmD, and health resident students are going to stay, that'll be the next one, sorry. The oral presentations all together. Undergraduate, PharmD, and health residents, those will have oral presentations starting at 3:15 in these rooms. We do have Zoom rooms happening. We have presenters in Meridian that'll be Zooming in as well at the same rooms, and we have students from New York and New Jersey and Arizona presenting through Zoom as well. So just be mindful that if you have a moderator in your room, you may not know that you're up next because a Zoom person is happening right now, or maybe the Zoom person is going to be presenting next. So listen to your moderator. You all will have them, and we'll walk through that here in a second. One thing about oral presentations, it is really disruptive if students are in and out of the room. So please be sure to arrive prior to 1 o'clock to get your presentations on the hard drive so they can transition seamlessly. But also be present and be in there. Do not leave when others are talking. In fact, really just wait till the whole session is over. That would be the best option. We know things are happening and you might need to leave, but to help with disruption and to be respectful of your fellow presenters, stay for the entire time frame. They won't last until 3. We've had a couple of students drop out, so each of the rooms will have 1 or 2 less students in them, so they might last an hour and a half to 1:45-ish. Hour and 45 minutes.
I have a question about that.
Okay.
People, like, one, can we sit anywhere in the room, or will it be like the 3-minute thesis where we have to sit in a certain...
You can sit anywhere you want in the room. There is no assigned seating.
And then people can come in late, like if people are not able to arrive until later in the session, right?
Yes. Well, presenters have to be there at 1 o'clock. Yes. Attendees can come. We will monitor the halls and the doors so that way they're not interrupting someone who is speaking. So we try to listen for when talks are done, and then we allow people to go in. If you're not there at 1 o'clock for your presentation room, your moderator will not check your name off, and you may end up going last or may not be able to go at all. So do make sure that you are arriving on time. Any other questions about oral presentations? And Meridian folks, you've got some faculty in there that have my number if they need to text me any of your questions as well. See, I am going to keep checking my phone because we have event questions, but they're not social questions, right? All right, we're going to move on, and if other questions come up, that's fine. All right, moderators for each of the rooms. We have an in-person moderator and a Zoom moderator that is also in person in Pocatello. So anybody who is on Zoom, you have the Zoom moderators listed on the sheet, but your regular moderators are going to be the ones that keep your order and your time. So they are going to tell you what order you're going to go in, and when your time is up, they have signs to give you a 2-minute warning and then a time to stop talking. So if any of you are unsure about your time limits, those will be on there. If you are on Zoom, they'll try to chat it to you, but if you are on Zoom, you often can't see that chat when you're presenting, so we may have to dive in on the microphone and cut you off. So if I have Zoom folks on here right now, just kind of monitor that as well. Any questions about your moderators? Yes? You can certainly keep track of your own time, absolutely, yeah. And they're not going to just cut you off at 10 and say microphone off. They'll let you finish a sentence and just casually try to help you streamline that conversation so that way you're not just continuously rambling. But you can certainly keep your own time. Yeah. Yes?
So 2 warnings, the 2-minute warning and then final.
Yep. 2-minute and final. You're not going to get cut off. So some of you, like I know JD did our 3-minute thesis that we did in the fall. For some students, you don't know what that is, but literally the clock timer cuts you off at 3 and you're not eligible for awards. We don't do that with the oral presentations. We just slowly make sure you're done, and you know, if they've got to drag you out of the room, then maybe they will, but hopefully you guys don't do that. Okay, Poster sessions. Many of you in here were doing posters. At 1 o'clock, the undergraduate health resident PharmD session will begin. It's right here in the ballroom, and that's for the Pocatello campus. And then our graduate posters and the Meridian poster session happens at 3 o'clock. So be here a couple minutes prior. When we do the switch of the posters, it'll be close to 3 o'clock, so don't panic if your poster hasn't been switched yet, but we will get to it. We will switch them out. And then for posters, you want to make sure you stay for the entire poster session because your judges are going to be coming around. You will have at least 2 judges. In some cases, there could be 3, but everybody has a minimum of 2, and they might come at different times. They might come at different paces, and they may skip around because they want to go take notes. So don't panic if you haven't seen anybody. When we get about halfway through, we start doing a check with all the participants to say, how many judges have you seen? That way we can kind of monitor that for you. So don't panic. But also, if you have 2 judges by 1:15, don't leave. Other people are coming to see your posters. Don't head off. If you want to go talk to your neighbor, just kind of pay attention if your poster has people in front of it. Mosey back over to it so you can answer questions or tell them more about your poster session. Yes, I use the word mosey. I am from West Virginia, so I do have some lingo that comes back with me, even after all these years. So you stay until the end of your session. If you do need to leave, just come find one of us that has a event team badge on, and we can make sure that your judges come to you really fast. I think we had 1 or 2 students that needed to get to a lab or something that was conflicting, and so we can work through that and make sure that happens. Same for Creative Works. You all have 2 judges, so you will have them come through, and we will handle all that. Any questions about poster sessions? Anybody? Shout it out. Okay, I don't see any on my text yet either. Okay, after everything is done and you can breathe a sigh of relief, we have a keynote speaker. Many of you might know Dr. Kathleen Tarp. She works a lot with our Physician Assistant Studies program as well as Global Studies and our Spanish language certificate in the graduate school, as well as some of the courses in undergraduate. So she is going to be our keynote speaker and talk about research in the global world, things that you might be able to take away regardless of your discipline, and why it's important for you regardless of what you're going to do for a career. So she'll be talking about those things. And then, I've already talked to you about the ribbons, but we also have a scavenger hunt happening. We have a scavenger hunt happening for anybody, whether it's presenters, attendees, judges. Basically, you get this little card. It was up at the swag table, or get it at the check-in table. There'll be more upstairs when you go up there for oral presentations. And you can get a punch for attending an undergraduate oral presentation, a graduate presentation, a creative works, 2 creative works. So we have 3 creative work opportunities, and you can get 2 punches by walking in the room and talking to our presenters. I hope I'm not stressing all 3 of them out right now. They all 3 like to talk, it's fine. And then we have talk to a first-generation presenter. So you can get a punch for that. So if you talk to a first-generation presenter, you find any event team person and say, I just met Tracy Collum, she's a first-gen, and we talked, can I get my punch? So you have to be able to tell us who you talked to. So keep an eye out for the ribbons. You can't talk to me, I'm not a presenter. I am first gen, but I'm not a presenter, so you can't punch it with me. And then the last one on here is Bingo Giving Day. Today is the 2nd day of Bingo Giving Day for the university. And this scavenger hunt is just for the Pocatello campus, so that way we can get you everywhere. The Bingo Giving Day is a giving day for the university. You do not have to give to get your punch for this card. You just get your picture taken in front of the little posters they have right down the hallway, and we can give you some swag, and we can give you some banners and pictures, and you can go get your picture made, and they'll sign off on it to get your punch. So you don't have to give money, but you can get your picture made, all right? You're more than welcome to give money, but I'm going to assume you're all here for free lunch. Probably less likely that you want to give money at this point in time. You're paying tuition, right? So That's what we have going on for you here in Pocatello. And then tonight as well, we will be giving away the presenter gifts. If you haven't received yours already, you can get them at the front table with the ribbons and the cards. Graduate students, we have a 10-year anniversary t-shirt for you. And then there's some swag for undergrads as well there. So make sure you pick up all of those things. And then after the keynote tonight, we will have awards. For the graduate students, the top prize in every single category wins $1,000, and then the 2 top prizes in undergraduate get $500. You do not have to be present to win tonight, but it'd be nice to get your picture taken and get your certificate at the same time, so hang around for that. And then after that, we have a celebration for the whole day. And it's really to celebrate you all and everything you have put into the work that you've been doing. So we will have heavy hors d'oeuvres for those over 21. There are beverages for those over 21. There's also beverages for those not 21. And we will be here until about 7 o'clock celebrating you all. So you're welcome to stay and come and go as you see fit and what you may need for the day. JD.
Are family allowed to attend the award?
Yep. The community, anybody is welcome to any part of the day. There's no fee. They can come in. They will check in. We'd love for them to check in with the QR code. Hopefully all of you have done that too. Helps us keep track of numbers and attendees so we can plan for future events. But yes, absolutely, anybody is welcome. We have plenty of food. Eden?
When do we be by our location?
Creative Works by 3 o'clock.
Okay.
Thank you. Sorry I did not add that on there. Patricia, Juliet, you got that? You guys are good with 3? Okay. Thank you. Are there other questions? Are you excited? Lexi's always excited. I can't gauge that, Lexi. you live on excitement. I know. Who's super nervous? That's probably more like it. Okay. All right. Take your deep breaths before you go. We're at the end of my part. If you find any event staff member, you can ask them a question. They may not have the full answer, but they will find one of us that does. If there's extra food over there, feel free to keep eating. There's coffee, water, and snacks in various rooms, the Creative Works room and in here, as well as upstairs with oral presentations in the hallway. So, stay hydrated, and you guys are going to be amazing and great, and everybody is so excited to see everything you have to offer. So have a great day, okay? We'll see you in a little bit.